What's up guys? So today in this video I will show you the 7 tips to increase your DPS on all weapon, all kind of elemental damage you can go. If you go critical rate, critical damage, anything, I will show you how to increase it for all of them. Let's directly dive into it with the first tip, so the crafting and the upgrading of your weapon. So to craft your weapon you can either unlock it with the mystical crate. In the mystical crate you can get some blueprints for weapons, or you can also directly buy it here in the wish machine. So as you can see, it's quite costly and it will cost you some star chrome, 8,000 for each weapon. So once you have unlocked your weapon, you can craft it. Once you have unlocked the blueprint of the weapon you want to play with, you can go to your advanced gear workbench and then craft it. So as you can see, there are 5 different tiers that of course increase your weapon damage. The tier 5 is the maximum you can get for all weapons, and you can only wear the tier 5 at the level 40 of your character, so not before. Once you have crafted it, what you can do is calibrate it. The calibration is the second most important thing to increase your damage. So here I've crafted this one, and as you can see, you can calibrate it until 10, and for every calibration it increases the damage of the weapon, of course. So when you are upgrading your weapon and upgrading the calibration of it, you will release the stat attribute of the weapon. So here at level 4 I will unlock the stability plus 12 and the range plus 6, for example. At level 7 big spot damage, and at level 10 some critical rate. So once you have increased it at level maximum, it will release all and unlock all the stat attributes. If these one are not the ones you would like to have on your weapon, you can replace it by a calibration blueprint, like this one for example, which will increase the weak spot damages. And there are different style of calibration. Here for example, after reloading, the net shots keyword gains trigger chance plus 40%, but minus 12% of the fire rate. This is still something I would like to have on my weapon, so I will change this calibration, and now you have it. So where can you get these calibration blueprints? You can either get it in the weapon crate. For example, here in Blackfell there are some of them, or you can also get it in the rewards of the Prime War, where you can have a chance to find some gear. Once you go to the disassembly bench, you can disassemble your weapon, and as you can see, you will have some legendary calibration blueprint that you can then put on your weapon. Another way to increase your weapon damage are the blueprints. So once you have unlocked some of the weapon you want to use, you can still upgrade it. As you can see, there are maximum 6 stars for each weapon, and if you right click on it, you can upgrade it again. So here it's the damage you have for 4 stars, and if you enhance it once more, so into 5 stars, you need some blueprints of different weapons but with the same style of the weapon you want to upgrade. Here as you can see, I don't have enough to upgrade it at 5 stars, but this is also another way to increase your damage. Where can you get these blueprints to upgrade your weapon? You can still have it in the mystical crate. So as I've talked earlier, to unlock the blueprint of your weapon, or you can also play at the wish machine. In my case, I'm playing with the KVD Boom Boom, so here is the game I would like to play to get the blueprints I need to upgrade my weapon. The second good tip to increase your DPS are the foods. As you can see, there are many different kind of foods, but I will focus on the best ones. So first you can go for canned meat, which will increase your shrapnel damage by 20%. This is quite easy to cook. The assorted canned fruit, which will increase your weak spot damage by 25% when sanity is above 80%. For the best foods, as you can see, you will need some deviated food, for example the deviated beet here, and another good one is the whimsical drink if you play elemental damage and you need some status damage bonus, you can go for this one. It increased 25% status damage, and for this you will need some deviated saffron to cook it. To get this deviation food, I would suggest you to craft some fertilizer boost. This helps you the mutation boost of your food, of the things you plant. You will need some mushroom, some fertilizer, and some stardust source, and this will help you to have some deviated food to craft the best food buffs. Tip number 3 is the ammos you will use in your weapon. I would go for tungsten bullets because it's not that costly. You can also go for more expensive ones like the tungsten AP ammo. The statistics will change depending on the things you use. If I use gunpowder, electric part, you can either go for gold ore. It will increase your unstable bomber damage, but it's very expensive, so I would not go for these ones. Tip number 4, in my opinion, the best to increase your damages are the mods. So it's not only about finding the right mod. I think it's quite easy to know which one is the good one, but the most important thing once you have chosen the mods are the attribute effects. So if you go for elemental damage, for example, here in my case, you will go for burn damage, for elemental damage, status damage as well, which will increase your DPS insanely. If your build is focused on the weapon damage, you will look for the stat effects, the attribute effects that gives crit damage, weapon damage, weak spot damage as well, and again it will increase your DPS highly. If you don't have or don't find the right mod you need for your build, you can still craft it. If you want, I can make a small video afterwards to show you how to craft and how to choose the right suffix that you need for your build. Tip number 5 is your secondary weapon. In my case, I'm playing with the D50 because it's quite easy to trigger the bullseye, and I would go for all weapons that inflict bullseyes to the enemy, so it will increase either your weapon damage or with the crossbow it will increase your crit rate also. Tip number 6, your Cradles. So depending on the weapon and the kind of build you are playing with, pay attention selecting the right ones. Some of them will give you status damage, some of them can give you some damage against bosses when you use some tactical item, for example, when you are switching weapon, when you hit some weak spot, anything. So pay attention selecting the right ones and maybe check it, do a DPS check to see which one is the best for your build. Tip number 7, the final one, the deviations. In my opinion, there are 3 great deviations that you can use. If you go for burn damage, you will use the Pyro Dino. If you go for weak spot damage, anything linked to your weapon damage, go for the Lone Wolf. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if so, please drop a like frost damage and subscribe to my channel. I've already uploaded different type of builds and tried to optimize them, so you can check it in my channel. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you. Ciao ciao.